Check, 1, 2, 3, 4. Back on the clip mic. Check, 1, 2, 3, 4. Back on the clip mic. Hey Martin, it looks like I lost all my video cameras again. This software is a little infuriating when you make a change. Hey Martin, it looks like I lost all my video cameras again. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. Woo! Alright, I think we're almost back. Woo! Alright, we're almost back. Check, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we got a little static. I'm going to reduce the input levels here. Check, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we got a little static. I'm going to reduce the input levels here. Yeah, you're getting a little feedback off the monitor as I was testing, but that might be a little better. I can keep working with it as I go. Yeah, oh, the computer, yes, Martin, I still have that one fan on the top that I need to clean up and get rid of, but we're getting there. Okay, so, one camera together, then we have the main camera with the chat, then we have the two cameras together, then we have the ISO camera on one, and the small camera here. Okay. And we seem to have a little bit of fluidity in the motion. It moves around. That is not bad at all. Hey, we're finally cooking with gas, I think, so. That is not bad at all. Cool. And the computer says it's using all of 20% of its processor power. We have 30 frames per second solid, putting out about 6,000 frames per second for kilobits per second over the network. So well within the reach of what the network is. All I really need to do is get a longer cable for this guy here. I just need a slightly longer USB cable. I did have to do a hub because the computer is so far away, and the key to that was adding a little bit of power. Microphone-wise, I'm still running to the Zoom for whatever reason. The clip mic into the computer input, there's not enough power, so that's why we're getting a low audio level. No issue running into the Zoom microphone, and running a clip mic actually generally tends to give a little bit nicer audio. The problem is I can't run to the other side of the room without unclipping. So, but I did have a turn the audio on and off, therefore I can take the microphone off while I do that. So I could run a mic off one of the other action cams, but there doesn't seem to be a reason to do that. So there we go. We're gonna get there now. Cool. Hey Nate, how you doing? Penny's dragging me to Costco. I'll watch later. No problem, man. We're just testing, having some fun. This is going to be an ongoing project where it's funny. I should have probably done this over the winter. but I was just getting my feet back underneath me. So we might do some live stuff on Friday nights and everything, or whatever, or even this evening if it's not so cool outside, and just build away. Like I said, probably going to get to work on that big monster plane right there, and keep this thing going. Big killer plane, and then go from there. So it's a work in progress, all of this. So yeah, fire away any questions. Otherwise, we'll probably get on with the rest of the afternoon. But at least the computer can handle the stream, so we can have some fun, do some more live streaming, and just go through. And now that I've got my settings all figured out, I'll write everything down so I remember what I do every time. Camera settings are pretty easy, as I explained earlier on, and we get building. So this is pretty good. I'll have my laptop over in one spot so I can read all your questions as you chat away to me and do my little quality control checks. So it's there. It's working. Yoo-hoo! That's pretty cool. And it doesn't look half bad, actually. Oh, look at that. Cool. Have you run the new Radian? The Craft King asks, have I run the Radian? No, I've not. I have the light kit. That is one of my previous build videos. I've not flown the aircraft because, like earlier explained, the winter was so bad this year that I really didn't go flying. In fact, I hate to say it, the last plane I flew was the bomber. When I did the maiden on the bomber. That's how long it's been. So that's been December 31st. So I went a long stretch without flying, unfortunately. It came down to timings, weather, and other factors like that. So, hey, thanks, Nate. I'm not sure what you did there, but something showed up. That's kind of cool. Yeah, so it's been just an interesting getting back into the groove of things. So the big... I just got a new 2212 waiting for flight. So a new motor. Hey, cool, super chat. So the Kingcraft 1 just got a new 2218 1108 kV waiting for a flight. So is this a motor you're putting into the Radian? Neat. That'll be very interesting to see how that performs. I know a few people have had a few issues with with some of the servos and that, so I'll be watching that. I know on my own personal Radian, my first one, I definitely had a crash due to a stripped out elevator servo, which was kind of dramatic and annoying. And it's going to be very interesting to see how that new Radian runs. I'm going to run it on the Spectrum receiver. I'll probably change that receiver over to the to an FR Sky receiver for Flight Fest. That aircraft will be coming with me with Flight Fest. I'm not sure which of my scratch build aircraft will come, whether it's going to be the smaller bomber or the big crazy bomber. Either way, either bomber, if the big bomber can fit in the car with all the camping gear and get there without being, broken up, maybe I'll bring it. And if it does, if it fits in the car for the camping, with all the camping gear and everything, it's going to be lit up. I'm going to put as many LEDs and extra batteries in this thing as possible. Maybe a flight control to help with the stability of it when it's up there, so I can just kind of do some really neat flying with it, or just kind of hang out and loiter around. If not, there's nothing wrong with this little bomber. It's quite compact, at 60-inch wingspan and 50-inch fuse, I think, and it flies really nice, and takes it'll fly for what did we say, 8 minutes on a 3S 4000, and I can put 2 of them in the belly, so he can loiter around pretty good. The Radian's going to come with me, and then I'm probably going to bring, I don't know, maybe an FT Racer. Definitely going to bring that new, very colorful FT Scout, which I'm very happy with how that turned out, and even the paint job and everything. It's kind of fun looking and just a little different, little just something a little bit more interesting than I normally get around to work with. Just watching these camera playbacks, see how they go. That's working out pretty good. Look at that. Yeah, I had some fun with that. Threw in one of the bears that my son gave me, so that'll be pretty cool. And earlier in the stream, we were talking about some of the 3D printed planes. I haven't quite decided if I should go for 3 for 3 for taking planes to to Flight Fest. So we'll see. So that's funny. I'm being harassed by my own child if I'm streaming because I'm sucking up all the bandwidth. So yeah, we'll see what happens. See what comes with me to Flight Fest. Obviously, for those who've seen before, the FT Racer, which is up there, and then there's a Spitfire, and there's a couple other nice little small airplanes. I have a couple other kits that I might try and build over time as we go. And so we'll see what happens. The Spitfire, if you that camera having issues, eh? Did we lose the stream, or did no? The stream is still there, I think. It says it's still going. Yeah, weird. Okay, I got a little glitchy, I guess. Anyhow, the 3D printed Spitfire is okay. The biggest thing you've got to watch for is the balance on it. Make sure your CG is good enough. All of them I've had, even with a lot of extra weight in the nose, have all kind of flown tail heavy. So, yeah. There is on Thingy Universe, there is a battery bay. I had printed one, and then another guy who did all the exhaust stacks, he took that idea and revised it and tapered it, made it way better looking. But you can stack in, if you're flying a 3S5 or even a 4S, I'd say this plane might be worthy of a 4S power system if you can get enough weight in the CG. I had a spinner on the front, I had a pretty decent motor package in there, and I still was tail heavy on that the 10-second Spitfire that shattered, so it's hard to say. I would almost I'd almost put a little extra weight in that front, throw a wrench or something or some Allen keys into the nose, and really see if you can get it going. One of my thoughts I was saying in the earlier stream was to actually move, not glue or not position that elevator servo where they do it, and try and see if there's a way if I can route it further down the body. What motor? I don't remember what motor I ran on it. It was a bigger, it was heavier than my first one. And the first one flew okay, but you could see in the videos I was really having a struggle. I would go, there's some 1200 kVs from Hobby King that are not bad, like your 2830 is my normal lightweight small one. I don't have any kicking around here, but something that'll give you a little bit, it's got a little bit more weight to the can, especially if are you going on 3S or 4S? Do I have enough cable to get there? That's the one that flew, the very first one that flew, but unfortunately suffered a tragic melting incident at Flight Fest, and didn't go too far. So top tip: don't put any elastic bands around your plane when it's in the heat. Yeah, so I don't remember the size of the motor that was in there. It was a larger can. I think I put that back onto the wing. I had stolen it off, but it's full size prop. I had a 9.6 prop on it. You probably could get away with a 10. Yeah, this is a piece of art now. This kind of sits up on the wall. The other one lasted so little. But, like I said, I don't know if this camera is going to work. I seem to be having a lot of bandwidth issues. This back here is where the stock servo sits in this design. I would try and sneak it up more to the top of the fuselage. Interesting. We're getting dropout on that second camera. Did that actually go through? I thought about reprinting it, but it really didn't. I made a whole brand new aircraft, and things like the rear had melted pretty bad and everything, so. But if I was to make a change, I would probably, if I redo it, I would probably try and get in there and move that servo as far forward as possible into the fuselage. Even running the control rod along the side or something different. I almost wonder, actually, I wonder if you were to try and like drill in and then screw it into the side, you know, you might get a little bit more forward CG. That might work actually, hey? If you were to put 2 servo screws, drill out the holes, and put 2 servo screws, lock in that servo or something, or I don't know, hot glue it. It would be nice for them to see him come back and do a revision on this design. I would definitely be up to that, to redoing it. If not, like I said, put in more. Check out Thingy Universe. Just put in 3D Leopard Spitfire and see what they. You'll see you'll see the design with it, and it's really nice. I don't have mine anywhere near me. Everything's in the back shop, but it allowed you to put a 3S2200 battery in there, and then like as much weight as far forward. You can strap in Allen wrenches or even like wrenches, crescent wrenches with zip ties, and so you can get the battery into a good spot and everything. Because they look neat. I mean, that first 2 flights with this thing were beautiful, and it was ready to go, and it was with me in Ohio for that tragic summer. Actually, if you look inside, see way in there. I don't know if it's going to show up, but inside there's the melted battery mount. Yeah, it turned into a proper, aircraft. Yeah. So I may do another one. It doesn't take a long time. What was I being asked? I was printing with PLA. I haven't tried PETG. One of my other buddies, Frank, he's printed a couple and just says it takes you really, really, really got to slow down the prints when you do PETG. Apparently, I haven't tried it. I've just done PLA. I've got a couple fresh spools, and like I said, I've still got the big giant Spitfire here. So. Let's see this camera. Switch over. Well, this kind of camera seems to be dropping out on me. Hey, it's flaky. I'm gonna stick with we'll stick with our other view. Weird. Anyhow, like this stuff turned out okay, and I get what they're doing and why they're going with bigger sizes because they get away with a lot of stuff. Yeah, the larger prints are bigger. I mean, like that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sections for one piece of the wing. And I understand why they've gone this way. I mean, there's a lot of strength in this thing. And then, like I was showing earlier in the stream, let's just get this thing up. There's the fuse, and that's like multiple sections, multiple parts and everything, so. That's pretty cool and pretty impressive, but still terrifying at the same time. So we'll see if I get it out flying. I've seen a lot of pictures where guys are going in and they're putting Bondo and they're filling in everything and turning them in basically full-on paint jobs and everything. So they look stunning when they're done. So I may go that route. I may actually finish it off and see if I can work up the courage to put in the big 100 amp ESC and spin and go flying with the thing. But I'm just not sure yet. I'm just really not sure. I'm told it's very repairable in this scale. you know, if you do damage, I've seen pictures where people have done damage and taken a chunk out of the wing, and they go and they 3D print another piece, and then they cut out and put stuff together and kind of just graft them back into sections of the wing. So I keep being told that it's a lot better than some of the single stage stuff. You know, you get a little bit more resilience. So who knows? Who knows? I will get the printer back up and running. I had to make some changes to it, so we'll see. I keep seeing dropout when I go to my second camera. Yeah, let's try and see if we can fix that. Deactivate, apply, so that should go black, and then activate, okay. Oh, I guess my second camera does not want to come back. I keep losing cameras, that's annoying. Oh well, I guess we're just running with one camera for now. All right, still got some tuning to do, but at least the stream is working. We'll go keep tweaking away on the computer, get some better cables and stuff, and see why these cameras just don't want to cooperate. Might have to get another webcam for my secondary camera. So. All right. Any other questions before I spool down the feed for the afternoon and just do some other work? But hey, at least we know it works. And like I said, I'll get back to doing some regular streaming as we go along. So. Not sure why that does that. Oh well. Nope, I have not. Miles asks if I've flown the Buffalo yet. No, I've not. Unfortunately, I've had some really bad weather, so we've not had a chance to get out and fly. So that's it's on my hit list. We thought this weekend was going to be possible, and we're in the middle of freezing, raining, and snow and all this other stuff, so it's a little unfortunate. So okay, well, I'm going to wrap up the live stream, but this has worked out really well, so we'll keep progressing, and you'll start seeing some more fun stuff over the coming weeks as I get back into flying, as the grounds open up and we get rid of some of the snow. Still, I'd say still a good couple feet of snow on the front lawn and everything, so we're well away from it. So yes, thank you very much. Keep charging, keep flying. We'll talk to everybody later on. Yeah, I'll advise everybody. I'll start posting more actively when we think a stream is going to come out. So, okay, great. At least the computers work and it's surviving. So, cool. Thanks, everybody.